Today, I'll show you 3 once taboo techniques that, when used with clear consent, care, and aftercare, can awaken parts of the nervous system most daily life doesn't touch, making her crave you more and feel profoundly known. Before we begin, 2 quick things. Hit like, subscribe if you're new, and tell me in the comments where you're watching from. I read those, and they remind me this is a global conversation about real relationships. Ready? Let's do this carefully, intelligently, and with kindness. Here's a myth I hear all the time. Anything that feels intense or edgy is disrespectful or dangerous. That's half right. It can be if used without consent, safety, and honesty. But the clinical truth is different. When there is explicit, enthusiastic consent, agreed boundaries, a clear stop signal, and proper aftercare, certain techniques that people call forbidden can actually activate deep reward and safety circuits in the brain. They work because they engage more of her nervous system, pressure receptors in fascia and skin, pelvic nerve pathways, trigeminal inputs from the scalp, and those signals combine into a powerful embodied experience. Put simply, it's not rules versus pleasure. It's a craft. The craft requires conversation, calibration, and compassion. For 12 years, I've sat with couples, often at their most vulnerable moments, and coached them through these conversations and practices safely. I've seen clearly that the couples who do this best are those who create a container beforehand, agreed words, signals, aftercare, proceed slowly with explicit consent, and debrief afterwards so the experience is remembered as connection, not confusion. So today, I'll walk you through how to build the container, the 3 techniques themselves: name play, rhythmic spanking, and scalp hair base, stimulation, the biology behind why they feel so powerful, how to do them safely and practically, and what to do if something goes sideways. The 3rd technique, the one many men think is too much, is actually one of the most profoundly intimate ways to connect when done with care. We'll save that for last. Before any technique, build the container. Do this clothed, calm, and present. This is non-negotiable. Container checklist. Do this seated together. Map 3 things: what's appealing, what's off limits, and what you're open to trying. Pick a clear stop signal, e.g. red or pause, and a slow down cue, yellow or softer. Agree on a subtle in-the-moment check. A squeeze of the hand equals more. A double tap equals ease up. Agree an aftercare ritual, water at the bed, slow embrace, 60 to 120 seconds of calming touch, and 1 honest reassurance sentence. You were incredible. And did you feel okay? Why this matters biologically. Your nervous system responds to patterns. If her brain expects safety, a predictable stop signal, a known landing, it can release oxytocin and downregulate fear circuits, allowing powerful pleasure pathways to open. Emotionally, this builds trust first. Without it, forbidden becomes coercion. With it, forbidden becomes a shared adventure. Practically, take 3 to 5 minutes before you even kiss. This small investment multiplies everything that follows. Technique number 1, name play, consensual, elevated, dirty talk. What if spoken words were permission, not pressure? What it is. Name play is a pre-agreed, curated form of erotic language. Not insults or coercion, but permissioned praise and desire in words she likes to hear. Biology, language near the ear uses trigeminal and facial nerve inputs, plus auditory reward circuits. When combined with touch, the brain associates specific words with bodily sensations of pleasure. Dopamine spikes when language matches sensation. That's why well-timed, adored words feel intoxicating. Emotionally, many women spend years being polite or in charge. A carefully chosen phrase in a safe frame can give explicit permission to want and receive. It can be deeply liberating. Practical how-to: do this only after you've mapped boundaries. Ask first, not can I, but are there phrases you like to hear? Any words that are a hard no? Write them down. Anchor to sensation. Say things tied to what you see or feel. That arch when I kiss your neck, stay like that. Your lips here feel incredible. Observational praise, sensual permission. Match breath and tone. Start low, warm, close to her ear. Match her exhale. Keep it about her desire and your awe of it. Avoid degrading language unless explicitly requested and agreed beforehand. Mistakes to avoid: improv without consent, using phrases that shame, poorly timed insults. If she flinches or quiets, stop and check in. Aftercare tip: finish with soft praise and a hand squeeze tied to your agreed landing ritual. Technique number 2, rhythmic spanking, controlled consensual. Spanking can sound scary, but used right, it's about rhythm, not pain. What it is, a measured rhythmic palm pressure on the upper outer quadrant of the buttock, the fleshy area, used as part of a coordinated rhythm paired with breath, touch, and, if agreed, steady penetration or external stimulation. Biology. The buttocks contain rich sensory input and muscle/fascial networks connected to pelvic organs via branches of the pudendal nerve and associated pressure/stretch receptors. When you apply controlled pressure and rebound, press then let go, you activate deep mechanoreceptors that can echo into the pelvis and increase pelvic floor tone and arousal. The brain responds to rhythmic pattern stimulation with entrainment. The pleasure centers synchronize with the tempo. Emotionally, if it's consented and desired, spanking can feel primal and intensely connective, like a shared controlled exchange of power and sensation. Practical how-to, safety first. Warm up. Start with open palmed kneading and slow caresses to warm tissue and soften muscles. Location. Aim for the upper outer quadrant of the buttock. Avoid tailbone, spine, hip bones, kidneys. Hand shape. Fingers together. Palm open. Think press and rebound, not slap and snap. Tempo and pressure. Begin light, 1 to 2 per breath. Watch for arching, exhaling, or pulsing as green signs. If she stiffens or breath shortens, ease off. Pairing, rhythm works best paired with steady external stimulation, hand or toy, or a constant motion from you. The brain loves patterns, so the steady beat becomes part of the pleasure architecture. Landing, always land soft. Soothe the area with palm pressure. Kiss the spot, offer water, and a minute of chest to back holding. Mistakes to avoid: hitting bone, increasing speed without permission, failing to soothe afterward. If there's bruising or sharp pain, stop immediately. Aftercare. Apply gentle palm pressure, soft words, and a cool compress if needed. The landing is critical. This is where consent becomes memory. Technique number 3, scalp/base of hair pull, intentional, gentle. The last one sounds wild, but for many, it's deeply intimate. What it is, a gentle, deliberate pull at the hair close to the scalp, not a yank, used as part of a coordinated rhythm, often timed with a breath, kiss, or thrust. Done properly, the sensation travels along trigeminal and cervical sensory pathways and into the pelvic floor as a wave. Biology. The scalp is densely innervated. A slow pull at the hair roots stimulates afferent signals that can modulate spinal and vagal circuits, leading to a whole body rush. Timing the pull with exhale and pelvic motion can amplify the embodied sensation, creating a powerful synchronous experience between head and pelvis. Emotionally, when she consents, this technique feels claimed with care, evocative, and full-bodied. It's not dominance without love. It's an intimate handshake between the sympathetic and parasympathetic systems that can lead to deep release. Practical how-to, read this twice, safety matters. Medical screen, skip this if there are neck issues, migraines, recent scalp procedures, or hair extensions. Consent and signal, get explicit okay and a stop word. If there's any hesitation, do not proceed. Hand position, gather a small handful at the base of the hair with fingers curved like a gentle hook. Do not grab ends. Direction and timing, choose one slow direction, back or up. Pull slowly, hold 1 to 2 breaths, then release. Time the pull with a thrust or a deep kiss. Pressure. This is guiding, not jerking. If she tenses or neck twists, stop. Finish. Soothe by massaging the scalp in slow circles and end on gentle, warming touch. Mistakes to avoid: pulling too many hairs, jerking, ignoring neck rotation. If she reports pain, numbness, or dizziness afterward, stop and seek medical advice. Aftercare. Immediate scalp massage, water, chest holding, and a debrief. Ask, how did that feel? Anything I should change? Think of your time together as an arc. Frame, build, crest, land. Frame, the pre-play agreement. One sentence that invites and confirms. Do you still want to try the rhythm game we discussed? Wait for a clear yes. Build, breath-to-breath touch. Use long strokes, steady palms, and observational name play. Introduce light spanking or a whisper phrase, only as previously agreed. Crest. Increase pressure or tempo slightly at her yes. This is where edgier agreed language or a gentle hair gather can amplify release. Keep variables minimal. Change either pressure or speed, not both at once. Land. Ease the tempo, soften the touch, hold her, and speak one thing you loved about how she responded. This triggers oxytocin and files the memory as safe and intimate. Biology recap. This arc pattern trains the nervous system to expect a safe, intense crescendo followed by a gentle landing. Over time, the brain learns to let go and enjoy the depth of sensation. If you want to try this tonight, here's a simple checklist. Pre-talk, 3 to 5 minutes. Clothed, calm, agree on words, chalk signals, say one thing you'll do the whole time, e.g., I'll check in with a hand squeeze. Environment, dim light, water nearby, small towel for aftercare, quiet music if helpful. Start with presence, 2 minutes of synchronized breathing and full body contact. Nameplay, whisper observational praise and permission phrases you agreed on. Keep it warm and sensory. Introduce rhythm. Add steady hand pressure or light spanking at the fleshy upper-outer quadrant. Watch responses. Optional scalp. Pull. If consented, introduce a single, slow scalp pull, tied to an exhale and a kiss. Stop immediately if she flinches. Crescendo and land. When intensity peaks, slow down into gentle palm holding, scalp massage, water, and a warm embrace. Debrief, 2 minutes. Ask what she loved, what to change next time. Normalize any second thoughts, common mistakes and fixes. If she tenses or goes quiet, stop. Check in. Offer water and a soft landing. Silence is not consent. If spanking feels like pain, you're on bone, or moving too fast, move to the fleshy upper-outer quadrant and slow the tempo. If hair pull hurts, you're likely grabbing too far from the scalp or pulling at an angle. Gather closer to the roots and pull in line with her cervical spine, gently. If shame appears afterward, normalize it. Say, thank you for trying that with me. What felt good? What should we change? A short debrief repairs the nervous system. If medical red flags appear, any bleeding, numbness, prolonged pain, dizziness, or urinary issues, pause and seek evaluation. Medical sense checks, when to pause. Neck or back pain, recent surgeries, migraines, no hair pulling, pelvic floor hypertonicity, or chronic pelvic pain. Focus on relaxation and external touch before adding impact or pressure. Anticoagulants or bleeding disorders. Avoid impact play, spanking. Discuss with clinician. If either partner is intoxicated, angry, or ambivalent, do not try new intensity. Consent must be sober and enthusiastic. If any of this makes you nervous, that's okay. Nervousness is part of caring. The couples who do this best are often the ones who talk about it, practice slowly, and treat mistakes as data, not failure. Many partners report that after carefully followed forbidden play, they felt more trust, easier communication, and more affection in daily life. Why? Because these practices force you to ask for a yes, listen to a no, and prioritize each other's calm landing. Those are relationship superpowers. You are not testing loyalty or proving something with intensity. You are learning to play together. That is the work of intimacy. So here's the simple truth. When curiosity meets consent and intensity meets care, some once taboo moves can become doorways to deeper trust and astonishing pleasure. If you try any of this, do it slowly. Begin with the container. Use agreed words. Practice the arc. Debrief. Protect one another. If this helped, please like, share, and subscribe.